It would have been poetic if the first time I had the idea, I'd been standing on a corner. But in truth, I was either walking down the street listening to a podcast or in my car listening to public radio. Either way, I was listening to one of my two favorite storytelling programs, The Moth or Snap Judgment. These are great storytelling programs, and I thought that we should try and make something like that here in Lewiston, Auburn. Over a year later, we've made something. It's in its second season, it's good, and it's poised to get even better.
And so we're talking with them and it's going fine, and then all of a sudden it's like the record scratches. Because at the same moment that we realize that they are super, super conservative, they realize for the first time that we are a couple. And they're like, they say it just like this, "You're lesbians? You're lesbians?" And we're, shaking, yeah, yes, we're pretty sure. We definitely, yeah. And they're like, we have never met a gay couple before. And my wife instantly does that like kind of cringe-worthy thing. She's sort of like, "And aren't we just like you? And aren't we just nice, regular people, right?" And meanwhile, I am like abandoned ship, right? I'm already headed towards the lifeboat. I got the jacket on.
Okay, would you please state your name?
Yeah, my name is Vernon Cox. I'm from Westbrook, Maine.
Excellent. When you think about the corner, what's the first one or two words that come to mind?
Community, story.
Community storytelling.
Community, creativity, intimacy.
Intimate stories.
Human experiences.
Creativity and love.
The Corner is a live monthly storytelling event held here in Lewiston, Auburn, Maine, at which 10 people, most of them having lived far more interesting lives than I have, and most of them with far better senses of humor than I have, each get 5 minutes to tell a true first-person story without notes before a friendly, energetic audience. It's similar to The Moth and to Mass Mouth and to other storytelling events, but here we try to put our own spin on the ball.
The Corner is an innovative space for community celebration, revelation, the crossing of differences in a space of extreme generosity.
People look forward to the stories, trying their hand at sharing their own story.
The Corner is a place where my friends and neighbors come together to make meaning of Lewiston. And as I've gone to more and more Corner events, I've seen different threads of the story of Lewiston start to be woven together, from really diverse experiences and ages and cultures taking the stage, but also uniquely Lewiston coming together to tell our story.
Each night of The Corner, all of the stories revolve around a common theme. I choose those themes in consultation with a small group of advisors. What is your favorite theme?
Innocence.
Fish out of water.
Home.
First.
Most of the tellers are local, meaning that they live here in Lewiston, Auburn, or within an hour's drive, but regularly we host special guest tellers who travel in from farther distances, often from out of state.
Yeah, so I love the local storytellers and the local flavor. I think that's what makes The Corner, but I also think the infusion of some of these outsiders, non-Mainers, into the conversation is really productive. They bring connection to a national movement around storytelling and around this mechanism for building community and for building cross-cultural communication skills and just the sharing of our stories that make us more human to one another, which I think cultivates our humaneness.
I remember when Shannon Kaysen came during one of the corners that I got the opportunity to host, and shared like a really intense story about his family and his life. And it was a real gift to have it here because it spoke to a truth and an experience that so many people in Lewiston have. So I think it's really fun to have people get to come and experience our stories and then share their experience with us in exchange.
A year into our marriage, we moved from Detroit to Chicago. And we bought a place, and we're still arguing all the time about the furniture, paint color. I don't want that picture over there. I'm taking Zoloft for depression, and she was taking something too. I was putting her through. I have a gambling problem, so I was putting her through too. She was taking something. So we figured, like, wouldn't it be like a great idea have a baby? Bring a cute little bubbly bundle of joy into this bond of rage, hate, and revenge. A great idea.
How would you describe the community of people who come to the corner?
She's words like open, receptive. It's a very safe place to tell stories. I think everybody in the audience is encouraging for the person that's up there and sympathetic. Yeah, it's a really wonderful group of people that come together to, listen and share.
I think Lewiston is a great home for the corner because we have so many rich stories to tell. I mean, there is no dearth of people who have struggled and loved and fought and cared so much. And those are the stories that they're really bringing to the stage. And every time I go, I invite my friends from Portland or Augusta or Brunswick to come. And many of them do, so that they can really hear and see what makes Lewiston such an amazing place to live.
And we need to have that. We need to have everybody get together, from all different parts, from all walks of life, no matter what the way you look, no matter what the way your religion is, no matter even what your race is. Everybody can still get along and have a great time in this place. And the place is called The Corner.
So the corner is off to a great start, and I couldn't be happier about it. See, this is my happy face. This is my giddy face. Seriously, it really is. But also, and even more seriously, for the corner to continue and for it to reach even greater heights is going to require future financial support. If we're going to keep the local community aware of upcoming corner events, we have to cover the maintenance fees for the website, and we have to cover the printing costs for the flyers. And if we're going to continue to host those special guest tellers that keep us connected to storytelling communities elsewhere, whether it's Moth storytelling champions or storytellers from Snap Judgment, we'll have to be able to cover their travel, often airfare, as well as their lodging and their food while they're here. And so, if you want to keep the corner going and help it become even stronger, if you've been there or if you might want to come to Lewiston Auburn and see it, I hope that if you're able, you will sign on as a backer for the Kickstarter. Remember that no contribution is too small. We want as many backers as we can get. But that said, please do contribute as strongly as you can. And to each of you who can, I say thank you. And to all of you, no matter what, I look forward to seeing you on the corner.
In Maine, I am known as a dancer. I've taken dance classes. I've done the Frankenstein with boys at prom, 3 feet away. But this man grabs me, puts his hand on my hip, he pulls me close. And I'm on fire. Like every molecule in my body is alive and I have no idea what to do. But at first I'm playing it cool. We're going back, we're going forward. I'm paying attention. I can keep up with this. I know what's going on. Until he spins me out and pulls me back in and I kind of trip over myself and both my palms land on his manly chest. And I have never felt a manly chest. And I am just like, I am undone. I have no idea what to do. And I look up and he is looking down at me with this wolfish grin. And I suddenly understand what wolfish grin means. And I'm finished. Like he keeps trying to dance with me and it just means that he grabs my hip harder in order to steer me more effectively, but I am more clumsy because he's grabbing my hip harder. And the next thing I know, he just stares down and he backs me up. And he backs me up, and he backs me up, and he's smiling, and I'm terrified. I'm terrified. This is not the thrill I was looking for. I have no idea what to expect, and he grabs me, and he spins me around, and I land in the arms of a 6-year-old woman who laughs and shakes her finger at the young man and grabs my hip the same way he did, and we started to dance. Thank you.
Sabes que a mí me gusta tu manera de bailar. Tú sabes que a mí me gusta tu manera de bailar. Eso es que quiero, nena, que venga para gozar.